Where do I start? They say life imitates art. I'm trying to paint a picture. Paint a picture that's licking you scripture. I ain't just another nigga. Another nigga with a dream. It seems we finally made him all believe. A dream to be the reason we come to achieve the life that we would all kill for, even die for. High score, so sick,
Hey,
sick and tired of these little kids talking grown shit.
It's blinking.
Why is it blinking?
Because that means the show is started.
I don't mind running red lights, though.
It's a good thing.
That's Sandra, everyone. Sandra. Sandra's here. Hannebohm?
Hannebohm like home.
Hannebohm like home.
Is that Dutch?
German.
Oh.
Sandra Hannebohm like home.
Yeah.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, we're building our team. You should know we're building our team because, damn it, everybody needs a team to be successful. Because I don't like writing because Lauren's too damn busy. And Dwayne is always creating fashionable things. We didn't have time to write things in words. And we do a lot of video and we do a lot of audio and blabbing of our lips. But some people like to read stuff. And in understanding how Google works, none of our information is being tracked properly in the right places because we don't have a lot of written content.
SEO.
So we have brought on a wonderful human being. Do you want to come tell the people? You want to come introduce yourself? Say hi to the people. Let everybody know who you are, what you do. Because you're part of the squad now. Oh yeah, and then you got the headphones.
Hello.
There you go. Closer. Boom. Hello, yeah.
You gotta get nice and intimate with it, you know? Yeah.
That works perfectly. Tell the people who you are, where you from.
I'm Sandra Hannebohm. I'm from here, but I grew up everywhere else, and I'm a journalist.
For those who are listening abroad, not necessarily from Halifax, because we got a lot of people who listen to the show in California.
Really?
We do, yeah. We do have listeners in California.
That is cool.
They won't know where here is.
Here, Halifax, Nova Scotia, the other coast, the one where we have lobster fishermen.
And you were born and raised?
I was born here, but I was raised in Ontario and in the United States.
Ooh. And,
yes.
And you went to King's, right?
I just finished King's, yeah, a 1-year program for journalism.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just did an internship with the Halifax Examiner, which was really great, and that piece is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keep your eyes peeled, people. So you're here, part of the team, doing what you love to do. Dwayne's recording you. Just gotta get used to it. That's what happens. You're part of the team. Mics are on, cameras are on. You just gotta get used to it. You're just part of the squad now.
Yeah.
You like to... Well, I don't want to tell people what you love to do. Why don't you tell people what you love to do and then how you kind of got involved in the podcast?
That's a loaded question for me, but
Yes.
I'm interested in media in this city, and I'm interested in history in particular. But I'm also interested in starting a podcast or something like that of my own because I'm not really into the whole newsroom beat kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of most newsrooms or the 24-hour news cycle. If I started my own outlet, I would probably call it slow news day. It would be the opposite of your daily or weekly outlet.
Why?
Because I just think I think that even though what reporters do is really important because we need that information, we need facts, and we need that to create a context and a framework to understand things, to make informed decisions.
Right.
But they miss things because they have to move on to something else all the time, several times a day. So it's other people have to pick up where they leave off.
And that leaves lots of interpretation, which can maybe not be so much factual.
Well, it can be factual, but it should include perspective and narrative.
Hey,
Plugged it
love
already.
it. Yeah, see, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And so people don't get the information properly because the people who are writing are too busy writing other stuff.
They get the base, right? You get an update, you get that factual update, but you don't. If it's a quick coverage of a crime in a community, you might not get the voice from people in the community who are affected by that, right? Because they've got a deadline today and they might not have been able to get it today. And in the future, they're not going to be able to rewrite that piece. They're going to just add an update to it.
Right.
So if you wanted to gather that all into one longer narrative, that same reporter who did both stories would have to write a book or like leave their newsroom because you don't get to rewrite an article you've already written, you know?
Right. So you would have a slow news day.
Yeah, I would. I like kind of character-driven stories. I like to, you know, like profiles where you look at someone up close, you get to understand them, you understand how it connects to a greater issue, and you leave with like a better understanding of human nature.
You a fan of Soledad O'Brien?
Who?
Soledad O'Brien. She used to work for CNN.
No.
I feel like she likes to do deeper dives like that. That she might be someone interesting for you to look up, actually.
Yes. I'd like to do that.
Do it. Check it out. Check it out. Thank you for sharing.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and you'll be hanging out and writing things. We had a meeting last week, and we chatted about being creative in the content that you create with words on screens and papers.
Yep.
So look forward to that, people. We don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
We're gonna come up with something good.
Damn right we are. Thank you. Welcome to the team.
Awesome.
Yes, Sandra Hannebohm. Dwayne, have a seat, Papa.
Yeah.
It's time to start the motherfucking show. That's what I'm talking about.
You gonna be mad if I start calling you Sandy?
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Get that out of the way. No Sandy.
Do not call Sandra Sandy at all. Sandra or Sandra?
Sandra.
Sandra.
Yeah.
Boom. Hey, I'm making sure that the people know so that nobody gets it wrong. We all know the facts.
Got it right.
All know the facts. Hey, welcome to the Changing Narrative Podcast, episode 23. You know what's great about that?
Wow.
We're talking about goats today.
Yeah.
And it would be episode 23. You know what? That's just what we do.
Serendipity.
This is the Changing the Narrative Podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Taylor, and I am joined by the man who's about to create a moment in culture.
That's right. Dwayne Jones of Art Pays Me. And in front of me is...
Lauren Sears of Common Good Solutions and Placemaking 4G.
And we have another guest in the building. This was actually our first guest on the show.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to come that time and take photographs, but he forgot his camera lens. And instead, we had a great conversation, and you began the string of guests that we've had on the show and continued great conversation. So, the pioneer for welcoming new humans into the Changes in the Narrative podcast, he goes by the name Aaron Downey. Welcome again, monsieur. He's here from Toronto. He's here for another week. I didn't make him. I asked him very politely to change his flight because he was supposed to leave the 19th, which is Moments in Culture.
Yeah.
And he so generously changed his flight to the next day so he could be a part of this magical moment that's about to happen in Halifax. Listen, I'm plugging your shit, but we're going to let you talk about a little bit more of that very, very shortly. Do we have anybody we want to send some love to before we get into the
I got
things?
a couple shout outs.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
So, sometimes we talk about people we went to school with and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, I had a surprising fan. I posted the clip from our last episode where we talked about like people talking about gay stuff and whatnot. And it was in a group of some people I went to high school with in Bermuda, and I was a little, what's gonna happen? But one of the guys was like, "Yo, that's dope. I want to share that out. How can I get a link to it?" And blah blah blah. So I want to shout out Wallace Lee.
Good.
At Sam Alex.
Thank you.
Author on Twitter.
Thank you.
He's a writer. And he appreciated that. So shout out. And then I want to show some love anyway to Andrew Gordon. So
who's that?
So this guy, he trained most people might not know this, but I trained in martial arts for a bit.
So if you fuck with Dwayne and ask him stupid questions like, "Is he a basketball player?" He gonna kick your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I'm a basketball player. I'm fucking Bruce Leroy, bitch.
He said Bruce Leroy. And he's talked to this gentleman who trains you in martial arts.
So he trained me a couple years back. and he ended up becoming a police officer.
Okay.
So he was actually stabbed on the job recently. He's doing good, so he's all good. But I just want to send some love out and support.
Yeah.
And
what's the name again?
Andrew Gordon.
Andrew Gordon. Much love to you.
You know, a lot of times we talk about police doing shitty things, but he's actually one of the good ones. So, you know, just want to show people that I'm not. A lot of people think I'm just some racist black dude who hates white people. I ain't.
Is that what they say about you?
Yeah, some people think that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
So this is a white police officer that I'm showing some love to. So all of you can suck it. Anyway, that's my shout out for the week.
I love it. Oh, Dwayne, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How are you feeling this week?
I feel like that light bulb that's about to burn out, so it's all like hyped up. I'm excited, like moments and cultures this week.
Yeah.
So at first I was paranoid. Like last week I had a moment where I was like, this shit's not gonna work. It's all gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, if it does, it does. But it's not, because it's gonna be fire. So
It's gonna be unreal. Come on.
Yeah, you right.
yeah.
I can't wait. I can't
I'm
wait
on
for
one
it.
right now. I feel good.
Yes. Stay on it.
Yes.
How do you feel now, though?
I'm painting, designing, I'm doing everything. I came to a real. I did an interview with the Coast last week.
Ooh.
And one thing it made me remember about all of this is that I created my dream project with this. I always wanted to do something with fashion, something like this is the biggest project I've ever done. And it's like, it's hitting on every single thing from aesthetics to choosing music to collaborating with people like you.
Yeah.
Collaborating with many other people. It's hitting on almost. I'm actually getting to do fine art. I'm getting to do some business development stuff. I'm doing everything that I'm good at.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to showcase that. So this is like
That gotta feel good.
it feels good. It's like
Yeah.
if this. I can't make any more excuses. If people see this and don't fuck with it, then they just don't fuck with me, period. So that's
Right.
You know, I'm leaving it all on the table. I think that's what was making me nervous. It was like, what if people see it and they don't like it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, this is the best I have to offer and people don't like it, then I suck.
Well, it's definitely a vulnerable thing. Like,
Yeah.
as a creative,
Yeah.
you're making something, and it's a representation of you and the way you see something.
Yeah.
So I could see why that would be scary as shit.
Yes, no excuses. I can't blame anyone.
Right.
So
Scary, but very.
I think it's important. I think we got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you got
I'm trying
one
to
life.
think of the word.
Are you satisfied though? Like, do you feel self-satisfied? Like, are you happy?
I'll never be satisfied. But I feel like,
To have known that you're gonna pull it off.
yeah, I feel like it's going to be able to, I'm going to pull it off and I'm going to be able to do it to the best of my ability. And the best of my ability is better than most people.
Hey.
Damn straight.
Talk about that shit.
Well, there you go.
Talk
So
about
it's gonna be
that.
amazing.
That's how Dwayne feels. Dope, man. I'm looking forward to it. Tell the people
Thank
who, if they ain't been paying attention, which they should have been,
Yeah.
where is it? How do they get the tickets? What's going on? Let them know.
Halifax Central Library. So only VIP get in at 6. Everyone else gets in at 7. VIP tickets are $35. General admission are $25.
What do you get for being VIP?
VIP, you get an early glimpse of what's going to be on the runway in a way, because you get access to my art show, and then you also get some refreshments. You get to talk to me. You get to talk to Salita.
Right.
And you get a little gift. Oh, and you get better seats than everyone else.
You better. VIP
So
status.
You're gonna get like the first 2 rows or floor seats depending on which set you get. So
Nice.
yeah,
And they can get the tickets where?
only on artpaysme.com, or you can go to the Snapd SNAPD website and search for Moments in Culture, and it'll pop up.
Good. Good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for you because I see the stress that's just steaming out you.
Oh yeah.
Like I can feel it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been
real.
Been real. You know what though? I'm excited. Aaron's gonna be there shooting. I saw the Fashion Art Toronto things you did. friggin' awesome.
Brielle will be there too.
Brielle's gonna be there.
It's that Black Excellence, baby.
Man.
We got a Black Excellence squad.
Listen, like look out for the content that comes out after the show. It's gonna be
we got a little trickety trick up the slivety sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking excited. Oh my god, Lauren.
Yes.
How was your week? What did you do?
I spent some time in T-Dot, actually. Again.
You stay going places.
I know. Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's good. It's good.
I was in Toronto. I flew in on Thursday morning. And we were there for the Buy Good, Feel Good Expo. And so that was a trade show kind of around lots of different vendors or creatives or suppliers that are trying to source ethical, fair trade type of goods. Okay. And so we were there spreading the common good solutions love along with one of our partners from BC called Realize Strategies. Okay. We share a person, her name is Yasmin Nouri in Toronto.
Oh, yeah. I know Yasmin, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had a few workshops and we did some, a couple presentations. And so I think we were kind of the ones that were not like the others in the group because most were vendors. Good. And we were really there to support those kinds of vendors if they're looking to build their business.
Right.
But the reason we got most most people, I was going to say folks and said pokes, people to our booth.
Where's your
was
head
because,
at?
Yeah, well, away for a few days,
Did something happen? Oh no. Our background, it's gone. Hold on, guys. Keep talking.
Well, now it's Terrence's MacBook Air, so it's not quite as exciting. So, what was really nice is Sheena Russell from Made with Local. So shout out to Sheena. Sent us up like 2.5 boxes of her real food bars.
Okay.
5 different flavors. She's now in Whole Foods in Ontario, and she's also bulk barred across the country with her loaded oats.
Wow.
So it was a way to bribe people to come talk to us about business things. It was excellent. And every single person that got one of Sheena's bars pretty much ate it in front of our faces, and we're like, where do I get these? Where do I get these?
Crazy.
And so that's, really good exposure for her and, a business that's supporting 2 other social enterprises to help mix, package, distribute her stuff. That's really positive.
That's cool.
And, a little podunk Nova Scotia from the dark side going across the country, like in a brand like Bulk Barn and Whole Foods, that's a big deal. So love you, Sheena. Love your stuff. I also ate a handful while I was at the booth. So there wasn't a lot of food at this thing. That was kind of the only thing, but so it was good. It was an interesting show, and shout out to Yasmin for doing a great job with her presentations, but also one of our part-time students. His name's Zach McMillan.
McMillan.
Yes, he's amazing. He's in his 3rd year of law school at Dal. Currently working at Dalhousie Legal Aid this summer, as well as doing some part-time biz dev stuff for us. And he did a presentation on legal structures at this thing, and it was his first time, and he killed it. So I was a proud mother a little bit, So, like CGS team, it's inevitable.
Yeah, the CGS team is fire.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky.
And it's about to get more fire.
Yeah, it is.
What did I get up to this week? I met with Jesse, actually.
Oh, did you?
J-Ro, Uncle Jesse. We had a chat. We had some sushi. Mm-hmm. And we talked about the podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesse. This was a great compliment. He admires the fact that we're just kind of figuring out what we're doing.
Yeah.
And as a listener, he
likes it?
Yeah, because it's real.
Okay.
We're not like pretending like we know what we're doing. We're just like trying shit and kind of figuring it out. Yeah. Figuring out our form.
He doesn't mind seeing the fumbles. That's awesome.
And this is an interesting conversation because I've had this conversation with somebody else this week too, where like we're glorified for our. Did we talk about this, Sandra? Like how like people are glorified for, like we cheer people on for the things that they accomplish, but like it's really the lessons and like the failures that like really show. Okay, no. The look on your face means we didn't have this conversation. I had this conversation with somebody this week, but we don't.
Sounds nice though.
Yeah, like we don't celebrate. Like, I think it was Jesse. We don't celebrate our failures enough.
Yeah,
we're constantly looking for like, ooh, what's a good thing that happened? And one of the Jay-Z quotes I will never forget is he said he's never learned anything from success.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. It's all in the mistakes. So I think if we weren't making as many mistakes as we're making, we wouldn't be improving at the rate that we're improving. So shout out to Jesse, shout out to us for learning and being transparent on the fly and just giving it that raw doggy to the people.
Raw doggy or raw dog?
I'm gonna edit this part up.
And I don't think we want to do that.
Edit this whole part up. So yeah, I had a good meeting with Jesse, and I've been moving in. Ooh, I set up my office.
Yeah,
With my wall calendar.
I did notice that it was more colorful now and bigger, which is awesome.
It's a full week's calendar on 7 like Bristol board, like cork boards side. Like it's a whole wall, and it has from 4 a.m. till 11 p.m. like 1 hour increments.
You get up at 4 in the morning?
4:30 to be at the gym for 5. Hey, listen.
Which gym?
Park Lane. Here's the beauty. I could jog to Park Lane and then work out and then jog back. And then I'm up. Listen, I'm up before all these other people. I'm getting to the early bird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm the early bird. I'm getting to the worm. Listen.
Listen, I'm
Watch
just
this.
the eyebrows are raised because I'm more like, well, I'm just impressed. I'm just very impressed. For anything AM, get out of here.
Do you know how many?
Do not talk to me. I am sleeping.
Do you know how many people?
I'm sleeping.
How many successful people have like they wake up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning? I'm like, fuck. And
I understand that.
Here's the thing. I've done it before. So now I've gotten into like a lazy, like, oh yeah, I wake up kind of, I feel like I'm waking up early when I wake up at like 6:30. I'm like, nah, bro, this is not it. Like, get up earlier and get to it. And then if you can go all day and crush it, then you deserve to sleep. But what are you sleeping in for? Get up and get to it.
If I could function on 4.5 or 5 hours of sleep, I would.
But you can't do it.
I can't. No, I'm like useless.
Yeah, well,
I'm useless.
But here's the thing. I'm trying to go to bed early. I'm trying to go to bed by like 10:30. Be up by 4:30. Boom, that's 6 hours. That's all I need. I'm rocking. Here we go.
Well, if your head hits the pillow and you're passed out at 10,
boom.
Then yeah, I get it.
And
but if you're up to 11,
no,
30,
you can't. You can't do it.
Yeah.
The body can't handle it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring out a new routine and getting to this new life.
Okay, well maybe I'll be re-inspired the way Dwayne was re-inspired because I've really been slacking it.
Yeah.
Really shouldn't be. I'm going to Cayman's this week.
Yes.
Really shouldn't be slacking. It's too late. But now it's too late.
But you're going to
It
Cayman's.
is what it is.
You're going to Cayman's.
I am.
Have fun with that.
I am.
I'm really excited for you. Did we give our field stories yet?
Technically, mine was a field story, but
All of ours kind of were.
let's
Cool.
say
That's what you call twofers.
Cool, because we're at 23 minutes and we need to get into the topics.
Great.
Yeah, let's do it. 'Cause, yeah.
For all of you that saw Childish Gambino, a.k.a. Donald Glover, a.k.a. Creative Genius. This is America.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
Saw the video. Yes. I feel like I'm not smart enough to well, not okay. I'm using the wrong terms, but I'm not read enough to have caught all of the references in it. People have informed me of a lot of the references.
Okay.
And I think it's brilliant. It felt like art. Even before I did any of the research afterwards to see if I could understand what was going on.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like the highest form of art that one can make, in my opinion.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that aesthetically, it's well shot. Based on the fact that it made me extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's walking around with his shirt off. He's making weird faces. He's making weird body movements. Musically, it was interesting. There was a lot of social commentary in it. Whether I got all of it or not is another thing, but I think I got a decent amount of it, which is why I said I want to read more.
Right.
I would like to catch all of it.
Right.
And I like the fact that I've heard very differing opinions on whether it's actually a positive thing or a bad thing. So it sparked a lot of debate and conversation, and I think that it made people feel things, and that's what art's supposed to do. So
yeah,
that's why I think it's like the highest form of art. Yeah.
It made you feel. Art made you feel.
Yeah, it made me feel like, you see the violence, you see like his body's not perfect and chiseled like we're used to seeing in music videos.
His hair is nappy as shit.
Got the hair. His beard is rough. His head's not, it's not all manicured and perfect like the African inspired dance. It's black, but yet it's
Okay, here's my question for you. You said that there was arguments that were for it being positive and some for it being negative.
Yeah.
What were those? What did you hear?
So the knee-jerk reactions to it, where I just kept seeing people on my feed saying how brilliant this thing was.
Okay, that's how mine started too.
And how smart it was, and it's just crazy. It's dope. Funny, I haven't heard many people comment on the actual music, but most of it's related to the video. But then, like after a day or so, I started to see the people who said that it was. Well, Donald Glover doesn't fuck with black people. You know that, right? He doesn't. He's being satirical.
He got a white wife.
He's got a white wife.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
He's always been critical of black people because they said he used to talk white and he doesn't fit in. So this is him making a video.
You guys can see Lauren's face right now.
To say,
and you can't see Lauren's face if you're on the YouTube channel. Sorry, keep going.
He's making this video to kind of show this is what Black America is, and this is why we don't deserve to have things. But then other people, like the positive, were like saying that he's actually showing how we're expected to kind of smile through all the chaos that slavery has kind of left a legacy. Slavery has left a legacy of trouble in our history, and it's always in that background. But meanwhile, we're still got to smile and dance and keep things going. So
that was the interesting juxtaposition that I saw as well, where like there was essentially, it was like two different songs almost. Yeah. And we're going back and forth, and I instantly was like, oh, look at these happy ass black people dancing and smiling. Ain't that what niggers supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And then he pulled the gun out and shot all the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my face at that point was just like,
I was like, what?
Oh my god.
Like these reactions are what he was going for, though.
And that's why I love it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So what do you think the shooting part was about, Lauren? Just curious.
Well, I mean,
The first one. Yeah.
I was going to say, I would love to dig into like the references because I also feel like I'm not well read enough to have accurate commentary on this. But obviously with what's happening in the US and elsewhere with police brutality and, you know, this guy was in a chair with a bag over his head. You can't see what's going on. And just boom, out of nowhere, murdered.
Was that that's like an old... Oh, fuck. Again, not feeling educated enough to talk about this, have this conversation about this topic. That's an old, like, slave thing. I don't even want... Actually, no, I don't even want to say that because I don't know for sure. It's like not Jim Crow or some... Like, it's something like that masked... hooded.
Right.
Aaron, do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're getting at, yeah. But
I just can't remember what, like...
I don't know yet.
Sometimes when you see the pictures of people being lynched, I think they had that bag over their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or people getting hanged, actually, they usually cover their face.
Right.
However, I kind of got a terrorist vibe. I got the vibe that he, like, that was a terrorist being tortured and he came by and put him out of his misery. But I don't know.
Isn't that the cool part that art is subjective?
When you looked it up, you said that you kind of like read up on it afterwards to see if you could kind of get all of the references.
Okay, that would be generous. That would be more like skimmed Twitter feeds.
So we all need to go read a couple books before we actually talk about this.
Yeah, but like I did see, like even he had this weird, all these memes came out about, I think Snoop said, if a dude shoots me, he had like this really effeminate stance when he shot the guy.
Oh yeah.
Like somebody shoots me like that, I want to redo.
It's jokes.
But apparently the stance is like it has some kind of historic symbolism some picture or something. Somebody shooting someone like that or something.
So let's circle this back to how much stuff do we consume that we enjoy and have no sweet fucking clue what it means?
Oh, most of it probably.
Yeah, I would say.
None of us have an attention span anymore.
But I think because this thing makes us so uncomfortable, we feel a need to want to understand it a little more than we would maybe other things.
Fair.
What are your thoughts on it?
I saw it as something that you need to watch like 12 times, because this is the point. It's like, all right, I watched it once, I watched it twice, and it's like the first time I just watched the visuals, I couldn't even dig into what he was saying.
So that's where I'm at, because this is literally the first time I've seen it. I haven't had time this week to watch a 4-minute freaking video. How sad is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to go watch it again, because I couldn't even listen to the lyrics, and I knew that there's commentary in the lyrics, but I was so... I mean, did they do that thing all in one shot?
It looked
First
like
of all, that's crazy impressive.
A lot of it was like really, really dope long shots. That, like for me, I was like, ooh, the production on this is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, so good.
Somebody, I think it was on Drink Champs, Brilliant Idiots, they compared it to that Exhibit video. This Is It Now?
Yeah, I don't remember what it looks like.
That's probably my favorite Exhibit song, and I freaking love that video too. And when they said that, I was like, absolutely, that's exactly it. Because it's the same thing.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get now. He's just walking through the hood, just a normal day, but like shit's just popping off on the background. He's just walking and rapping about it like he's completely unfazed, but like there's chaos going on behind him.
What's the song called?
What you see is what you get now. It's probably like Exhibit's first big hit too, I'd say.
Yeah, the parts that I took from it was like, there's too many layers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was kind of tying this back to, like, you know, we don't even have the attention span to know what we're even consuming, but we like it and we're in it, but we don't get it. And how many people watched that and said, ooh, there's like a lot of shit in here I don't understand. Whatever.
Oh, I'm sure. Like for instance, I've been criticized for some of my work having either curse words in it or referencing violence, because people, like for instance, Salita said she showed some people "This is my rifle" T-shirt, and then that shirt, it's referring to a pencil as my rifle, but people saw the word rifle and can't get past it, so they're like, this guy's promoting violence, and a lot of people are gonna see that video, see guns shooting and everything else, and just be like, he's just showing another black guy murdering people.
And that was an argument that I heard too. I also heard that if I think Charlamagne was like, if he really wanted to be impactful, he should have been shooting white people.
Right.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. He said it reminded him of that the white guy who shut up the church or something.
Well, that's what that scene was from. Dylan Roof.
Right.
When he walks in with the gun and shoots all the people. Which the other argument, the other conversation is like how shitty they treat the people.
Yeah.
And how preciously they remove the guns on like, ooh, don't drop the gun.
Yeah, they come with the cloth.
They love the guns, but they don't give a shit about the people.
Right.
So there's a lot going on. Just go watch it again.
Yeah.
Like, people just go watch it again.
I'm going to go watch it again, and then I'm going to read about it. And then...
Rap Genius it and learn, because there's a lot of shit to be learned in that. That's like a semester of African heritage literature.
Yeah. And then I did see, too, he said that he's Childish Gambino. He's staying off the internet because he doesn't want to even read or hear any of the think pieces.
No, you wouldn't.
As you shouldn't. Why bother? He created it to create it, and he knew that it was going to be polarizing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And as you know, we talked about last week, 140 characters doesn't give you any room for context. Why would you want to even engage with that? Because you know it's just going to be so much negativity.
No way.
Yeah.
Ew. Gross. Go watch the video. Tell us what you think. You want to talk about GOATs, Dwayne?
Yeah. So, next topic. Like, lately, things have been inspired me based on like Facebook posts and full disclosure.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
My favorite. I was born on February 17th, same day as Michael Jordan. My favorite player. I literally would just do fadeaways playing basketball with my brother and just be like, Jordan.
Got it.
But these days, I'm at my runs and I'm like, I'm backing people down, posting up, high posts, and I'm like, Braun.
Yeah.
I don't say Jordan anymore. I'm now like, I'm heavier. I'm much heavier than I was back then. I'm starting to bully people a little bit. So I'm just like, yeah, Braun, do something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So this all ties into the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Of those who are called great and called great forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And can never. So essentially, the issue is that once someone is named the greatest, they are then deemed the greatest forever.
Yeah. You know what? That's the top. Once you've been named the greatest, can you ever be dethroned? And if so, how do we dethrone them?
What does that process look like?
Can there be like? But can there be a greatest 1A and 1B and 1C and 1D? Because what is the cutoff date to stamp someone as the greatest? Like, all right, Michael Jordan stopped playing in 2000, whatever. You guys may as well not even play.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll never be better.
You'll never be better. That's what aggravates me, because I'm a fan of LeBron and I'm a fan of a lot of other players too.
Yeah.
But I find that I think this started probably before this, but I think what really started the LeBron hate to go to a next level was the decision.
Yes.
When he made the television spectacle to announce when he was going to leave Cleveland and go to Miami. People hated this man.
Yep.
Yeah, but fans... Okay.
Are fickle as
fans
fuck.
are so fickle.
Yeah.
And they love to either be behind it all the way, we're winning, or going to the ship.
Yeah.
Again, this is where fans think they actually have an influence on what the hell happens outside of their control.
Yeah.
And if they're not in it, they hate it.
Right.
Yeah.
All love or all hate.
Yeah.
And you can see that in any city.
Yeah.
Any city.
Yeah.
Raptors, Jets.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Yeah.
They'll lynch you if you ain't winning.
Yeah.
Careful.
Sorry, I'll substitute that word for
Anything else.
else. Edit that out. Just bleep it.
Yeah. Well, this. No. We want to hear.
Jim Crow. We're talking. So.
Yeah, we were on that topic. That's why you come up with the lynching. That's why it's in your brain. Look
Probably.
at you.
See, you incepted me. You planted that there.
I'm in there. I'm in ahead, guys. I'm in ahead. You said you were getting to something about building a team. So he has a decision.
Oh yeah. So people get mad because, well, I mean, yeah, that was annoying that he made that big TV thing. Whatever.
Yes.
Who cares though? I just don't care that much. But people have made a big deal that he's not loyal. He went to Miami and assembled a super team just so he could win. And my thing was, well, if Nike said, hey, Dwayne, come over here, and I see a bunch of those dudes over there that you work with, let's make a super team of designers and knock some shit out.
Yeah.
What do you think? Mr. Nike, I'm coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
people need to shit. Like, you guys are stupid, man. Sports fans are the stupidest people.
So, what is it about sports that creates this blur that this is not a business? Or that this is a business?
People are so emotionally attached to these teams for no reason. I'm like, the guys, that's his job. Your job is to play basketball and win games. That's just what, you're gonna stay in one city for the rest of your life and lose just because it's gonna make other people happy? we come like this ain't a gang. This ain't the streets.
Yeah.
Like,
but that sounds like what a lot of people do.
I know
In their lives, in their jobs.
in their jobs, right? They stay just because. Why? What are you loyal to? It's a corporation, and that's the other thing I don't get. Like, people are so damn loyal to these basketball teams and these sports teams in general. For instance, when Jordan was my favorite player, I was always a Bulls fan.
Right.
When Jordan left and everybody else like kind of left, I was like, I lost interest in watching basketball, and then I realized I was more of a fan of the players than I was the actual team. Because it's a fucking corporation.
I'm the same
People
way.
are like, oh, you're not a loyal thing. Well, me, I'm loyal to $1 billion corporation. No, I'm not loyal to a corporation.
Right.
I'm loyal to human beings.
Right.
I like human beings.
Right.
So people are like, oh, you switch teams. So?
Yeah.
I switch players. I like certain players.
Yeah.
Not things that have logos on them. I design logos. They're fake. They don't mean anything.
But look at all the merch that people buy.
Well.
And they wear it. But sometimes
Everywhere.
they don't wash it, depending on the time of the season.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't shave their face, depending on the time of the season, because don't you know that is good luck?
Yeah, you guys are really rational.
But like you said, it is a business.
It's a business.
And I think it's very interesting the parallel you draw to if a job offered you. It's not even fucking parallel. It's the same exact thing.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, are you really gonna turn down a great job offer because
That's fucked.
one day I signed a contract with, Starbucks, and
But it's I've never put it together like this. Like, I'm having like a mind explosion right now as you're saying this, because you're like, yeah, you signed a contract with Starbucks. Yeah, you did.
right.
You're gonna work at fucking Starbucks
For the rest of your life, your entire working career, you're gonna stay at Starbucks. Like, you guys are out of your minds.
Wow. I'm literally having a mind explosion. It's just how you said it and how you presented the information in that way. That was really cool. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. So, I'm like, there are lots of other reasons to hate a human being, but the reasons people hate LeBron make no sense to me. The people don't like that he flops. Okay, I can get that.
What do you mean by that?
So you ever
He's sick.
watch?
He's a huge man, and some little man runs into him, and
I see. Okay.
Right.
to get the call. That's a flop.
Oh, he has to do that to get the flop.
Right, and that's the other thing.
That's called strategy.
Yes.
I haven't been coached very much, but when I have been coached, they used to call that selling the foul.
Yeah,
so
sell
it's
the
like,
foul, yeah.
if you go up for a basket and you get hit, sell it. Like, if you pretend that you're indestructible, the ref's gonna just think you are indestructible, and they're not even gonna notice that you got fouled.
Right.
Now, it's different if you didn't even get touched.
Like in soccer?
Yeah, and that's basically what's happening in basketball right now. Guys aren't even getting touched.
Yeah.
But it's not on that level, no.
Yeah.
But
It's close.
It's close.
Yeah, it can be.
And it's kind of funny when you watch the replays and see like someone barely get touched and they go, ah!
Yeah.
But honestly, I remember many coaches, well, not many, because like I said, but I remember my coach multiple times saying, sell the call, because if you don't, then you're not going to get the call, and you want the call.
Right.
It's strategy. So
why are people being judged negatively for being more strategic than other people?
Well, it's always fair when it's for your own team. People back it up. It's for their own team. The Cleveland fans are so upset because their best player decided to leave.
Right.
But when he went to Miami, you think Miami wasn't happy about that? Probably super happy about that.
oh, they were happy.
So let's get off the basketball, because I want to have this same conversation in the music conversation.
yes, yeah.
Because you mentioned
The same thing in music.
Beyonce versus Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So like a lot of people are now starting to make the argument. Like, the Beehive, I mean, they're strong out there.
That's
they're
a
strong
fact.
in these streets.
That's a fact. That's
so,
a fact.
It's looking like Beyonce might be untouchable out here. And when you start thinking about Michael Jackson, you're like, is it possible?
Again, when does that cut off line? When did he like Thriller was in what 80 what?
Yeah, 80. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
And will forever be hailed. But that's interesting. This goes back to the Michael Jordan conversation where he was 6 for 6 in the finals. Thriller is the most sold album in the history of music. So you create these like really unfair like standard that you said probably will never ever happen again. But you can do other things like sell more arena tours, or sell more albums as an entire body of work.
Yeah.
So, but how do you determine who
impact? Like it's stuff that's not even super measurable. Like it's impossible to compare eras. Like I like what you said before about, you know, the greatest A, the greatest B, or greatest C.
Right.
Greatest of certain eras, I accept. That's real. But to say that, you know, and I think black people do this more when it comes to Michael Jackson, though, because sometimes I talk to white people and Elvis is in that conversation.
Okay.
And other people are like, fuck out of here.
You don't tell black people nothing about Elvis being the greatest nothing. Yeah. Because you're not going to win that argument. That's never going to happen. Keep going.
Beatles come up in there, and then other people say Beatles have no talent, because I've heard that one come up.
Yeah, I've heard that one before, too.
So, you know, I just feel like as time passes, are we willing to just accept that these people will never be surpassed? And I find that
you're not measuring against the same thing. Like context is important, and if you're looking at different generations in music, the way we consume music is totally different now than the way we consume music 10, 20, 50 years ago.
Right. Like Drake's breaking all these streaming records.
Right.
But it's because there was never streaming before, and streaming is continuing to grow. So every time he puts out a single, it's the most streamed song ever. But that's just because more people are subscribing to these like subscription-based platforms and streaming the song more. Because there were never 70 million stream people on Spotify, and then 2 months from now they have 80. Yeah. And then 6 months from now they've got 120. Right. So these stats, like these accolades, are only going to just continue to like happen because the numbers will always grow. Like, so then it's like, again, like 6 for 6 or like greatest album ever. Like, at what, like, when do stats actually matter?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Because they're all, you can take any stat and flip it and spin it however you want to.
Yeah.
So.
And even like, you know, we didn't talk about this in the prelim, but the top 5 dead or alive rap thing that keeps coming up, and I'm like, I hate those conversations.
Why?
I know who I like. Yeah. And that's it. I just don't care what you guys think. Yeah. Like, what are you measuring? Like, it's, first of all, art is subjective, so that makes it even harder than sport. At least sports, they have like stats to rely on.
Right.
But the stats are still skewed. So
it also depends on the makeup of the teams and the players.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you compare Jordan and all the guys he played with LeBron and all the guys that he plays with? Because there are so many amazing players out of both of those eras.
Well, I can tell you the hating ass fools they do is.
Yeah, but no one can. Go back in time and resurrect, the Celtics from whatever year, or the Bulls from whatever year, and let them play against Miami now.
Right.
Like,
it's
I
impossible.
wish we could do that, because that'd probably be a sold-out freaking game.
It'd be pretty cool.
If you could do that, incredible.
I think it's interesting you mentioned the rap, like the top 5 greatest dead or alive. I think another stupid argument is when you compare retired players and players who are still in their careers playing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like
exactly.
Jordan and LeBron.
His career's not over.
Right. He still has more things to do.
Playing, yeah. So like, he's not better. His like compare Kobe and Jordan now.
Right.
Like that, it makes more sense.
Makes more sense. Yes.
Right, but you can't. Yeah. You can't compare.
Who's better?
Well, I mean,
Kobe or Jordan? Or are you comparing apples and oranges? They're both amazing.
No. You're comparing this. Kobe is like a seed of Jordan.
Yeah.
There's the same, like
he's probably the closest comparison to Jordan.
There's tons of videos where they'll they'll show the side by side of them doing the exact move the exact same way. Like, so the man studied him, and why wouldn't you study him? He was the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
But you had mentioned this earlier. When can the student surpass the master?
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to happen at some point in time.
Right. Because look, I'm a martial artist. So, there are tons of instances in martial arts history where you had this incredible instructor who trained this other person who went on to do even more incredible things. Because why? Because that person got to see what that incredible person was doing.
Right.
But they got to also have the benefit of expanding on that and adding their own thing to it and becoming better.
Right.
And I think that if people are growing up watching Jordan's tapes, they can look at what he's doing and learn from that and say, well, he did that and this is where he wasn't as great. I can work on blah, blah, blah. And I mean, not everyone is as physically and athletically gifted as Jordan was and skill-wise and all of that kind of thing.
I think his will to win and his competitiveness is something that I don't know if we'll ever like. I think that may be a better argument. Like, who's the most competitive
Look at all
player
the
ever?
things that he still does right now. He's not playing basketball. Doesn't he own a racing team?
He's a psychopath.
And, he owns a racing team. He gambles.
He owns
was
the
on
Wizards still too.
right.
No?
So that man just wants to win.
Right.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Right. And everyone who knows him has said that.
Right.
Like, in anything he's in, he's like always, he's either betting, he has to win in every single thing, no matter what it is. So that's that right there is something to be talked about, I guess. But yeah,
Competitive spirit. Yeah. It's almost interesting too. Even in our creative, because this is interesting. In business, it's all about competition.
Yes. Depending on what world you live in.
Right.
Yeah.
Traditionally,
absolutely.
it's about being competitive.
Yes.
Being better than the others. In the creative world, especially in this city, it's very much of the opposite.
it's frowned upon.
It's
To compete?
Yeah.
as artistic people. Hey.
Why?
We try to make it more of like a kumbaya community, which guilty as charged. I do that shit too. But we're not actively like, I respect what you do, but I'm gonna get you this time. We're basketball. I love what you do, but guess what? I'm winning this game. So, I don't think we do that in the creative community.
Is it because art is subjective and there's no real definitive mine is better? Because here's how I look at it. It's like, I make the best videos. Says who?
Yeah.
I scored the most points in the league. That's a number on a wall.
That's a fact.
That's why I didn't continue with bodybuilding. Tried that shit a couple times.
Right.
I know I can lift more than any of these chicks up on stage with me. And then I'm going to stand up there with basically no clothes on, and then you're going to just pick whoever you like. Screw that. And when I couldn't win, I was out.
That's smart.
I ain't doing this shit not to win. You kidding me?
Well, shit, what was I just talking about?
Subjective. It's
Yes.
not. It's subjective.
But in business,
Yes.
it's all about the numbers and the bottom line. So like you can, McDonald's, we sold more Happy Meals than Burger King or hamburgers, whatever. So, but I think that's just interesting how artists are supposed to be business people, but it's frowned upon us for us to have that competitive, whatever.
Are artists supposed to be business people? Is that a common narrative now?
You better be now.
It
Well,
should
that's what I
be.
mean. But
Nowadays, you gotta be.
I would argue that most people would think that artists shouldn't be business people because when you ask someone to pay for a piece of art, if they're not someone that is already like very artistically inclined and consumes a lot of art, what does that person say to you when they ask you to pay for something?
Costs that much?
Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna pay that much for this.
Right.
So I think people assume that when artists put so many hours and work and vision into something that they should still get it for free.
Yes, absolutely. And
How does that make sense though?
I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying I think that's a general thought about it.
it's the way artists are socialized.
People still don't want to pay for music.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay for it.
And it doesn't matter how much time a producer sits in front of the computer crafting something, or an artist sits out writing a song. If you're like, I kind of like it, I'm not paying for it. Even if you love it, you don't want to pay for it.
No, I think that's changing, which is, well, in some pieces,
In some
maybe
ways,
not music,
yes.
But as you mentioned, art being a thing that like people, we just steal it. A lot of times we just borrow it, someone's music, someone's graphics, someone's whatever. You can't really do that in other forms of business. Like you can't walk into Walmart and take a lawn chair.
You
I mean,
try.
you can, but they gonna get you.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe as artists we give away so much.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we were guilty when we got our shit taken down for the music.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
That's they license their stuff, so they're like, you want to use it, you gotta pay for it, and that's like that's
how it works.
That's how it works. It's just yeah.
But we feel away when
We
it's
feel
something
away,
when it's
yeah.
art related. But like if it was something physical or tangible, someone walked in here and stole your couch. Like you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Give my fucking couch back. But
Yeah.
someone uses your song in a video, and you're like,
Please pay me.
or thank you for
Send the
using it in your video.
Yeah.
Put some
Can
credits
you
down
credit
there.
me, please? Yeah. Yeah,
So-
but maybe it's because it's a tangible thing versus intellectual property, and that changes how we view it too. I mean, even look at Aaron. Aaron's got like, I'm assuming you only deal in digital photos.
Yeah.
Oh, you have your prints too that you sell
Other
actually.
prints, I've had people ask me to buy digital photos, and I just didn't know what to do. I was like, yeah, let me hold that thought. Let me figure this out on my end.
Right.
So I've never had, like the first person that asked me, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what are you using it for? Like, why do you want the digital, like, why do you want the digital copy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it? And he didn't want to tell me.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know.
So did you sell it to him?
I didn't. No.
Yeah, who knows what
But
people are doing that
you
shit.
do sell hard copy.
I do sell hard copy.
There's gonna be 9 of them in this room in this building. By the way, that's just another shameless plug.
Yay.
Host often and where I'm staying, we're decorating this place with artwork. 9 beautiful creations.
You did a good job of selecting a nice 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. It took a long time.
Yeah.
I had to go through his Instagram and his Tumblr to narrow all of these photos down to 9.
Oh wow,
Jeez.
But
that's a lot.
thank you.
How did you judge the greatest of all that?
I think kind of the eras conversation that you had, like trying to say who's the best from the 70s and who's the best from the 80s, and I tried to find different looks.
Cool.
So I found like 3 black and white and was like, all right, let me go through all the black and whites and see what I like in this. And then there's 2 roses, 2 flowers, and a. So like it was like
kind of little,
right. It was like trying to categorize them and then like wean through them and like place them somewhere.
Makes sense.
But it took like the criteria was like it was thorough. And I think, and just to tie this back to our conversation of like, you know, you can have all the stats and the shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck it.
Well, basically
really
you have all
good
the
point there.
stats, but at the same time, you're still picking your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you compare all the GOATs, everyone's still going to have a favorite because that
That's
piece
true.
is still subjective.
That's
So
still
despite the
subjective.
objective statistics,
Yeah.
everyone's still going to argue who's the true GOAT.
Yeah. That's
And it's
what
all gonna be personal preference.
Exactly.
Right, that's what I find. It's like when I'm reading these arguments online or whatever, it's just people having their personal preference and picking at any little thing that they can find that confirms their bias.
Well, that's even that top 5 dead or alive conversation where they're like, all right, Who's your top 5? And so you gotta say Tupac, you gotta say Biggie.
Yeah, and if you don't,
You gotta say Jay-Z, you gotta say Nas, and really you get like one pick. Mm-hmm. But ask that question to a 15-year-old.
Right.
Ask that question to a 35-year-old. Ask that question to a 55-year-old.
Right.
To a 15-year-old?
No, and people, I've seen people talk about like Lil Pump or somebody crazy like that, and Lil Wayne used to get in there back in the mid 2000s, and people like, what's wrong with you? But I mean, the thing is,
Dwayne's fired up this episode. I'm enjoying this.
I like it. I like it.
But it's like, what do you expect? Like, these people are like senior citizens to them, right? They ain't gonna pick Tupac, like,
right? Because just like the This Is America, they would have to go back and research Tupac,
right,
and learn his lyrics and understand his story, to then even be able to actually say, "Oh, I like him,"
right?
Because a lot of people just, "Oh, these are the greatest. These are the people who have been named the greatest." All right, they're on my list. I had a top 5 list. When I was a young person,
I had one too.
It was those same 4 people, and then I picked Eminem. So I'm like, I really only get to pick one favorite rapper. So like, I guess I got it. So again, following what other people say you're supposed to do, because this is the norm and this is what you're told. These are the greatest of all time. No, I don't even really listen to Nas like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why would you pick him? But you pick him because you feel like people are gonna shame you if you don't.
Yeah, that's true. But then you get over that.
Yeah, at some point you just like, fuck, I don't care what you think.
Fuck it.
But I just feel like people from my generation just acting real old now. Maybe it's because we are old. But I swear I remember being 19 years old and listening to people telling me I had to pull my pants up. Now I see people my age telling kids, why the fuck they got their pants hanging off their ass like that? I'm like, do you remember when we did that shit?
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
that long
ago. Leave them alone, man.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago at all.
And just talking about like musical taste and my parents being like, this is real music. And now people are talking about music from my generation and telling people this is real music. I'm like, you guys are
Is
so
this really
old.
just the time when we just become our parents?
Yeah, that's what's happening. People around me are becoming our parents, and it's making me gross. I feel gross about it.
Feel gross about
Feel gross about it, or do you realize that like your parents knew some shit that you didn't, and maybe we're acknowledging that they knew some shit that we didn't?
No.
Really?
No, in theory, yes, because obviously they know some things, but it all comes down again to their personal preference. Art is subjective. When it comes to art, they don't know no more than I do.
Right.
Because they know what they like, and I know what I like, and they can have it.
And they only know what you've been exposed to.
Yeah. So, and that's what I find so funny. People can't just get to that now. It's like, why are you trying to tell these young people what they should and shouldn't like?
That's facts.
That's true.
That's facts.
I don't know. I waffle a little bit on that. Well, because you mentioned like, oh, pull your pants up. But like, I see somehow these young women running around, and the most terrifying thing is like they could be 16. They look like they're 24.
Oh yeah, some of these young girls.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I get why my dad told me to go change my shirt and stop looking like a little tart. Like I get it.
A tart?
A tart. Yes, that was his word, was tart.
Tart.
You look like a
Interesting.
tart.
Yeah, that's funny.
Tart.
So I don't know. That one I kind of struggle with a little bit because there's also a different narrative there about expectations of women and how they're supposed to look like. You know? So I guess that's kind of a bit of a different thing. And then there's a whole thing about self-respect. And anyways.
You don't want to open that one and have the feminists coming after you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Sandra over there, she's like, yeah,
listen, but I would say I am, right?
Yeah.
But I think the reasons for which women dress that way or don't dress that way, I don't know. I don't know what age limit you put that on, but like 12-year-olds shouldn't be running around wearing inappropriate shit when they don't even know who they are as people. I guess is kind of my point. Too young to know.
So you're old is what you're trying to say.
Sorry?
You're trying to say you're old.
We are.
I am freaking old. I am.
I'm
way older than my age indicates.
30, but 30 feel like I be feeling like that. Like I was talking to Lacey this week and she was up here. And she's 19 and we're having conversations because she commented on the promo video from last week about you talking about how you feel so sad for these young people who are caught up in the Snapchat life.
I do.
And she was like, I'm a victim. I'm that's me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't even realize it. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of us. But at 30, you'd think we'd be more aware of it and like be able to catch it sooner. But when that's all you've known.
Right, so that's the difference. We've had life before these things.
Yeah.
They don't know what life's like without those things because they've just been here for that long.
That's
And I'm
scary.
like, holy shit, you were born in the 2000s.
Yo.
What?
Yeah.
Yo. It's different.
Yeah.
It's fucking different, yo.
I don't know.
Pull. Stay young.
I'm not
Stay
telling
young
people
in
what they should
spirit.
and shouldn't do, but
Stay young in spirit.
just know why you're doing it, I guess, is kind of
Yeah,
the thing. Know
that's-
why you're doing it, or try to understand, like really dig into why you're doing it. Because if it's to please someone else or for someone else's expectation,
Don't do it.
fuck that.
Exactly.
Aaron, you got a question for us?
Yeah, you just want me to go with it now?
Yeah. You want to come say it on the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special guest.
Say it on this
Special
side.
guest photographer. You got a question for us? This is so we have our listener.
Should
We
I
have our
check
listener
first?
Q&A. No, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Yeah, okay.
This is our question coming from Aaron Downey. Go for it.
Well, obviously, because you started the whole changing the narrative thing with him, Mr. Beasley,
Yes.
Pete.
Yes.
I'm going to skip the question to say, do you guys miss him? Because you obviously do. But I want to know what you miss the most about Pete not being here.
That's a really good
It's
question.
only my second time
That's a
here.
good question.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Lauren is great, no discount to her. But,
Yeah. It's different.
I just want to
Of
know
course it is.
what you guys
Yeah.
miss about Pete.
Huh.
Let the people know.
Ooh. Peter. Shout out to Peter for being fuck.
Yeah, how you doing,
Yeah,
Pete?
man. That's crazy. And you've been on here for how long, Lauren? You came on what? Episode 6?
Was it 15 or 16?
15 or 16? So you only
Oh my God.
right? It's
I
2
know,
months.
it's been
a
a
couple
Already at
months.
23?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, time's flying by.
Been a while already.
Pete, what do I miss about Pete? You know what? I miss that. Pete was really like, bro, I don't know.
Well, it was like your best Pete memory, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that too. But one of the things I like that I really do respect about him was he was just like, I don't know shit,
Yeah.
and I want to learn, and was
Yeah.
like, bruh, I don't know. And like so many people aren't willing to do or say that.
Yeah.
I noticed that, too. He would say that a lot. I was like, I'm not there yet.
Right.
No.
Yeah, and
I'm getting there.
we would have these conversations too where he's like, I feel like sometimes I would just sit and listen to you and Dwayne talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And he would just sit back and listen and learn. You're just like, yeah, yo, because how often do people feel like they have to say something and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they just
Yeah.
say some shit to feel
Constantly.
like they're part of what's going on. And I always admire that about Pete because it's not something that a lot of people are willing to do.
Yeah. I want to say shout out to Pete too. He actually bought a ticket to Moments in Culture, so extra shout out. And I was gonna give him one, so and he said, I know, that's okay. I just wanted to. So that was like
Love.
shit, man, respect.
Yeah.
And he texted me just to say like, yo, how you feeling, man? If you need any help, just let me know. So it's
Yeah.
like that's
What a guy.
Yeah. That's
you know,
Pete though. That's Pete.
like shout out. Was it you say like, are you gonna do a favorite Pete moment or
No, you gotta say what you love about Pete, and then you're gonna give your favorite Pete moment, and I'm gonna give mine too.
yeah, right?
What do you love about Peter?
Yeah, I love he was just a genuine dude. Like his energy was low, and I like that because mine's pretty low.
Yeah.
And just we had that fashion thing in common, and I don't always have too many people I could like nerd out with the fashion thing on.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. It's weird, and I don't want this to sound bad.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite Pete moment was the moment Pete left the show. For the same reason why I love Peter.
He was so transparent.
It's the exact same
Just-
reason why I love him. Because he was like, listen, I don't know, and this is not for me.
Yeah, I respected that move, too.
Yeah.
Like, what can you say to the man? He knew what he wanted to do. He knew where he was going. He knew what he had to do to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you know, I took this responsibility in this one and this one. I'm not in love with this. And what person would ever ask somebody to do something that they don't love doing, especially as creative people, especially as business people, people who know what we love to do.
So we preach.
How are you going to...
Well, because we all know what it looks
Man.
like when you're doing something you don't love.
Yeah.
And it's just taking your time.
Yeah.
And there are other things you'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
And it just, you don't put everything you are or everything you have into it because you can't, because there's a mental block. So, yeah, I have so much respect for that.
That was dope.
And I don't even know Pete that well, but
Yeah, I have to say that was a really, like, I gained a lot more respect from after that as well too. My favorite moment, maybe when we had like the bullying episode.
I knew you had to say that. I knew it.
I swear both him and I were about to cry right on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, the eyes were just welling up. I looked over at him. I'm like, I can't even look at this guy right now.
Yeah. I see him in the promo video right now, and like the look. There was a shot I remember, like you looking at Caden.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could see the dad sadness in your eyes. It was wild. But then I remember looking over at Pete, and I just like, he had another look.
It was like, he felt like he was that kid. I got that feeling. Like, that was a moment.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Shit. Shout out to Pete.
Yeah,
Listen, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Pete, because they was not listening to you and me talk about being black and being mistreated. They wouldn't have done it for this long. I'm telling you, they wouldn't have done it for this long.
Yeah, we had the white guy in the room, so we got some respect. Yeah. And the thing is, for a young... got some respect. Oh, I shouldn't have said it that way.
there are lots of things that we shouldn't have said today.
That's
the way
the
that we
change
said
of
them.
the podcast, so we say how we feel. Go ahead, baby.
But like for his age as well, how young he is.
Yeah.
I find sometimes when you talk to some people, they don't actually want to have those conversations. They don't want to. They get defensive immediately, or whatever. And he just was like, okay, I'm just gonna listen. I'm not gonna try to defend the entire white race. I'm not gonna defend myself as a man and defend myself as a white person and say not all white people, not all men.
Because he never did that.
He never did it. He was just like, yeah, okay. But he just like let us have our piece. Like,
I love how he grew comfortable in learning about the black experience from our perspectives.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those, like you said, a lot of these race conversations with those who are seen as other, or those who are seen as, you know, the power that be that's controlling a lot of this. Like you said, it could come off as defensive very easily.
Yeah.
And you know, there were some really tense, not tense, but like
uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And I don't know what it's like to be a white guy in a room of black people talking about being black.
I gotta tell you, like, being on this show and having him in the room, it made my don't give a fuck me to go, like, way up. Because I used to be really uncomfortable about making white people feel uncomfortable about sharing my truth. Because I don't want to come off as angry. I don't want to come off as attacking them and all this kind of stuff. But now I'm just like, you know what? This is facts. So if you don't, you know, I'm not trying to attack you or nothing. It's just my reality.
And if you don't understand, then let's have the conversation.
Let's have the conversation. Yeah. You know, and I literally also had the conversation this weekend with a white person that I care about who said, when you guys get into these deep race conversations, I feel like I can't be involved and I have to leave the room.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, no, you shouldn't leave the room. You need to be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely.
Just as much as we need to be a part of the conversation. Don't feel like white people are the enemy. White people are not, we're not saying white people are the enemy. We're just stating what happened. It's reality.
Right. One of the things that sorry to interrupt you. One of the things that I've been saying this a lot lately, like the conversations that we're told we're not supposed to talk about. Money, religion, politics, race, like all of the things we're told we shouldn't talk about actually are the things we need to talk about the most.
No kidding.
And I got into a conversation about why we haven't been taught finance in school, but that's a soapbox we're not gonna get into. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Fuck. Love you, Pete. Aaron, that's a great question. Thank you.
Wow.
We just had a moment.
Just want to bring Pete back.
Yeah, Pete's back through the airwaves, man. Thank you for that. My name's Terrence Taylor. I'm of Terrence Taylor Media. Watch TTM, Terrence Taylor. Terrence J. Taylor on Instagram. TerrenceTaylorMedia.com. That is I.
I'm Dwayne Jones.
No, you can't go yet.
What?
Lauren, you gotta go first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You got to plug that show one more time. Yeah, you can find me at Common Good for All or at Placemaking4G. You know you can find me anywhere else.
And the man. Okay, so
Joke's over. Buy your tickets.
yeah,
God,
yo,
just
like,
do it.
It's you guys are listening to this on a Tuesday, which means you'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
You can buy tickets at the door.
You cannot buy tickets at the door. Solita will scream at you.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Don't want that.
Thursday, Friday. You have 4 days to get to snap.com, artpaisley.com. Get your Moments in Culture tickets now.
Get them now, because you're not gonna get a seat and then you'll be like, you're gonna have all kinds of FOMO. And like, I missed out. Man, that sucks.
What does FOMO mean?
Fear of missing out.
When you see these pictures,
Yeah, they're gonna see these fire Aaron Downey photos.
Yeah.
These fire
Listen.
Yell photos.
Hey.
Fire Mitch Lens Method photos. The fire video by Terrence Taylor Media. Hey.
Yeah, this is you picked a great name for it. Because this is about to be a moment.
It's about to be a moment. Salita and I want to do it bigger next year too. So this is just
we're just gonna set it up.
This is gonna be like what?
It's just warm up.
Straight up. This is we want to say. Sometimes people be putting some fuck shit up, and we're just like, this is what two black people can do. If you give us some, and then you didn't give us some money because we fucking paid for it ourselves. The fuck. Let's go.
Dwayne is
fired up.
fired
I'm ready.
up. It's the most
I'm
I've
ready.
seen him
Let's go.
so far.
Let's go. Let's
Just
do
means
this.
you're ready, baby.
I'm gonna go home and do some painting,
Damn right he is.
design some shit.
Fuck yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh.
It's not over yet.
Moments in Culture.
Awesome.
Saturday, May 19th. 6 p.m. if you a VIP, get your VIP tickets ASAP. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday night, Halifax Central Library. Get there. Or you're going to feel stupid because you should have been there.
Yes, indeed.
That's a fact. Aaron, want to say bye to the people? Let them know how they can find you.
yeah, peace out, people. You can find me on Instagram, AVRN DWNY. Same with Twitter. Same with Facebook. Check out the Tumblr blog /site/portfolio.
Yes.
TheAVRNDWNY.tumblr.com.
Check that shit out.
Holla at me.
Check that shit out. You don't have nothing to plug. What's your Instagram? You don't want people to know? Hey. You'll never find
It's at the Royal Hannebohm.
So come tell the people what they gotta do so they can come check out your work. Come on now.
Okay. So I say bye now. I say Sandra Hannebohm and goodbye. I'm Sandra Hannebohm. You can find me on Twitter at Sandra Hannebohm, but also look out for my piece that's coming out in the Halifax Examiner. You can find out when it's coming out by signing up for the Morning File, which is free news to your inbox every day. If you go to halifaxexaminer.ca and just click on the newsletter list to read about my piece.
Check it out. Love it. Dope. Thank you. What's our tagline? If you don't like, what is it? Change the narratives in your life that are bullshit. That was better than that. I feel like that's what I said, but I feel like we gotta.
If you don't like this podcast, you're racist.
And that's the show. No, we can't on that. Shit, you gotta go to CTN Podcast on Instagram. We on what? SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts.
Are we on Spotify yet?
Soon, not yet. You can't listen on Libsyn though. Libsyn just tracks all the information. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
You can.
That's a lot. We on Google Music. Not Google
YouTube.
Music. You on YouTube. Not Google Music. What's it called? Google Play.
Google Play.
We on Google Play for the Android users. We on YouTube. We on SoundCloud. We on Instagram. We on Facebook. About to have a website soon.
Yeah.
We out.
That's
We out.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because here's what's happening. We have a writer who's writing incredible work. We have photographers who are taking pictures. We got promo videos. We got full length videos. We got audio. Damn it, we gotta put all this information somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we need a spot. And the merch.
Oh yeah.
Coming.
Ooh.
We get merch, people. We
Let's
get
go.
merch. We get merch. That's the motherfucking show.
I'm wondering if we could put an
No, it's not.
AVRN DWNY photo on something.
We also need a group photo. We need a group photo.
CTM photo shoot.
Ooh. Be on the lookout for that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. Change whatever narratives in your life that you ain't feeling. If you ain't with the people's bullshit, then do something about it or shut your motherfucking ass up.
Basically.
I don't want to end the show like that either.
I'll say, but we love our listeners. Like,
Yeah, I can't do that either. Listeners, if you gotta give us some creative taglines so we can end the show. Submit them.
And send your questions though.
Yeah, yo, we need listener questions, y'all.
and it
Come on
can't
now.
be just at par that's doing this for us.
Yes.
Nah, she's loved though, but yeah, we need to hear.
Drip splash.
I see the people listening. I'm looking at the metrics. I see people listening. So ask
Yeah.
us questions. If you're a diehard from time.
I'm gonna be in there now.
Yeah, see.
So look, call my. I'm putting my phone
Do
number
it
out there
again.
again. 902-220-3043.
Dwayne Jones. Hoop Dwayne Jones. Hoop. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. See you at
Dwayne
Moments of Culture.
Jones.
See you at Moments of
Yes.
Culture. Dwayne Jones. Who?
That's on my mama.
No, you're supposed to say Dwayne Jones.
Oh right. Who? Dwayne Jones. I can't remember how that song goes now, man.
Back then hoes didn't want me.
Oh
now
yeah.
hoes all
Now they all on me. No, they're not. Sorry, wifey.
I was gonna say something else. See all you hoes at Moments of Culture. I can't say that. We'll just see y'all next week. Love.